And they are off. They're going to pick up a wood sword in the wood sword cave.
Yep, and I would imagine both players are going to make the traditional stop to vanilla level three's location first, and that's exactly what RandomEffekt is going to do. Cytown's got his sword, and yep, he's also going to make that same play to vanilla level 3. So Cytown being the Link sprite, RandomEffekt being the Zelda sprite. So RandomEffekt's going to be rescuing Link here, and it is going to be RandomEffekt with the whole shot. But notice we see some blue Octrox that, oh, they are beefy, Alsoa.
That they are. There was also red Gurias on the screen before. We have a synced level 7 entry, but very crucially, Cytown has bombs or RandomEffekt does not.
Well, this is very convenient. We find a mugger room right off the bat, and because neither player has picked up any heart containers, they could just give the heart container, go into Zombie Link, and it's going to cost them nothing. But if they get hit by anything, back to start they go.
Find the transport stair in level 7. Insert surprise here.
I tell you what, if you're going to find a mugger room, find it right off the top when you've only got 3 hearts. That's one of the potential 3 mugger rooms out of play, and Cytown wants no more part of this level 7. RandomEffekt is going to try a different path here. We'll see if he's able to be a little bit more luckier. Cytown is going to pick up the medium secret. That's right around the mean at 32 rupees.
You know, I don't blame Cytown for just noping out of this blue dark nut infested level 7, and then there's a manhandler to further verify you should not be here.
Yep, that's a little bit too combat intensive, even for somebody like RandomEffekt. RandomEffekt, a really good low percent runner in his own right, but in a race situation like this, yeah, you're going to bail 99 times out of 100.
Looks like RandomEffekt is going to be doing some bomb farming as we see level 9 is at vanilla level 1.
Right you are, so we know where these runners need to go back to once they've got all 8 Triforce pieces in hand. We have Gurias in the overworld, which means we're not going to see them in the dungeon. So we have extra bomb sources in the overworld, at least for the time being, which could come into play when we go into these dungeons if we see a lot more of these bomb-dropping enemies in the overworld.
And we're about to see what the Forgotten Cave shop is if Cytown can get the screen wrap. RandomEffekt will not know what the shop is, so if it is something important, that could be a problem for him. And Wizard's on the overworld.
Which means we won't see them in the dungeon. So another bomb source in the overworld, and we have the blue candle shop, and that's quite expensive. 11 rupee markup, 71. So that's about a 20% jump.
And also bear in mind, RandomEffekt will not know that that's what the candle shop is just yet.
Unless he's able to get some bombs from these wizards, but he's going to pass on them for the time being. We want to check what that Armos item is. Is it in its normal spot? Oh boy, yes it is!
The ladder is the Armos item. No need to worry about ladder blocks in this seed for either runner. I wonder if we'll see either of them actually opt to just go straight for the world map here.
Surprise me at this point. We did see some prices. The vanilla price for the blue ring, 250 rupees, but a nice 20% discount on bombs. And considering RandomEffekt's situation, we may see him shop for bombs. Here's a blue Octorok. Cytown does not get a bomb, instead gets a rupee. Checking vanilla level 6's location, we find level 6. Well, at least it's at the level 6 palette color.
That's a lovely room to start in. There's no doors. You just have to pirouette your way through if you want to enter this level 6.
Good news for RandomEffekt. He's able to successfully do the pirouette, but finds himself, a bomb upgrade, but not even close to having enough rupees to purchase that 107 rupee bomb upgrade. It's anywhere between 75 and 125 for the price. Gives you 2 to 6 extra bombs. Hopefully it's 6 tonight. We'll see what happens.
You know, given how close that is to the start of the dungeon, and knowing that the runners are going to be picking up the recorder, I don't think it would actually be a bad idea to go check that bomb upgrade before going into level 9 if you have the money at the time.
Yeah, it's a quick trip back to level 6 to get that bomb upgrade in case, you have to spend a bomb in the muggers. Well, now, luckily, that is not the case. I believe it's heart container or keys, so that's not going to be an issue. But yeah, you never know if you're going to want those extra bombs for level 9 or any other dungeon for that matter. And Cytown doesn't like what he sees here in level 6. He's going to try again.
You know, I got to admit, I will get the word out. Just the fact that is potentially we might actually see the runners, if they have the money to buy the bomb upgrade, hold off on buying that upgrade as long as possible, and maybe use it as a free refill if level 9 decides to be a bit annoying with its bomb dropper locations.
Absolutely, and you know, especially if the silver arrows are 9 and they're not spending their money on shooting arrows. Yeah, if they have 107 rupees and they run out of bombs, they could make that stop back to level 6, buy that bomb upgrade. That's a good strategy. We'll see if either of them utilize that play.
And another mugger room.
2? Yes.
That's a good. These are good times to find mugger rooms when you have 3 hearts, and it's also only 2 keys, so it's, unless we have a key starve seed, that's not going to be a gigantic impact for the runners. Segmented level 6 hype.
Yep, that is the second transport staircase. There's normally just the one transport staircase, so we're dealing with at least 2 segments here in this level 6. So this could be a very, very ugly map if we find it, which means we're not going to find the map, Elsoa.
Look, the map is going to be in that dig dogger blocked room we saw earlier.
Right. Well, never mind. All I had to do was talk about it, and then the situation presents itself. Holy smokes. Those are equally gigantic segments there.
And equally linear. So the chances of something like a key block or, I would say a ladder block, but the runners already have the ladder. Cytown might have just found the item. He did. It's the heart container is the stair item in level 6.
Well, that means he no longer can give a heart container and end up losing nothing. He's now up to 4, so if he gives up a heart now, he is going to go back to 3 hearts. Odds of that are low, because there's anywhere between 1 and 3 mugger rooms. We've already seen 2, so hopefully we don't see any more. And if they do find it, they'll have the magical key intact.
And also bear in mind that even if they don't, it's only 2 keys. So if, and only if, this is not a heavily key-starved seed, the runners may opt to just pay the 2 keys when they find that last mugger, if they do.
Ooh, we find the white sword in that moat room for Cytown on the left segment here, so he's now got both items out of level 6. He's just looking for the Triforce.
And also of note, RandomEffekt is right in that area. He will have his items relatively quickly as well. I believe he's checked a little bit more of 6 than Cytown has. This could be slight favor RandomEffekt at the moment. The bombs are no longer
at this point. Yeah, they're not a concern at this point, as RandomEffekt does get his heart container. By the way, just about equal down the middle. This is a 30-room level 6, which is kind of on the low side. But it's 16 rooms on the left and 14 rooms on the right. And yeah, as you mentioned, pretty linear.
What I'm personally interested to see is if RandomEffekt opts to pay the mugger room the 2 keys, given he's on 4, or if he's just going to say, nope, I will up A out of that room and go check the right half of level 6, which neither runner has seen yet.
Yeah, that's interesting. RandomEffekt didn't route into that mugger room early, so yeah, we'll see if that comes into play for RandomEffekt. Doesn't look like the Triforce is on the right side, or the left side, rather. It's going to be on the right side.
RandomEffekt forcing a bomb and gets a key off of that manhandler. That's going to put him up to 5.
Oh, that was a really nice bomb right there. You got the strike. Perfect shot on that manhandler. That's always what you want to try to do if you can. It's easier said than done, though, but when you get that strike, when you get that bullseye, it's an awesome feeling.
Especially when you get the bullseye and the manhandler rolls into it. Simply due to the fact that if the manhandler rolls into the bullseye, there's an extremely high chance that you are going to get a forced bomb drop out of that.
Wallmaster's rolling up. Normally a white sword would take him down, but they rolled up to at least 3, if not 4 HP. Yikes.
As long as you remember not to touch the Wallmaster. And
oh, nice.
Right there.
So it just has to clear this little buffet of enemies here. We got all kinds. The Stalfos, the Moblins, the Keese, the Wallmasters, but we got those darn pesky bubbles as well.
And to answer the question in chat of why an 18x6 grid for levels 1 through 6, internally this game runs on 3 8x16 grids. The first 8x16 grid is the overworld. The second one comprises of levels 1 through 6. The third one comprises of levels 7 through 9. And that third one is split for level 7 and 8 to have an 8x8 shared amongst themselves. to give level 9 its own 8x8 grid to ensure that level 9 is as large as it can and should be. In the event that, I want to say it ended up being like 40 room level 9s, 40 room level 8s, and 40-ish rooms level 7s if that wasn't there, but I am not certain of that because I did not code it.
RandomEffekt did find that mugger room and opted to up A. Little does he know this is the right call because the Triforce is here in the right side here if he's able to just keep on going here. Now, another rule of thumb is that level 7 can never be bigger than level 8, at least from what I've seen. I've seen 30-room level 7s before and still not be bigger than level 8. They can be the same size, but it can never be bigger.
As far as I'm aware, that is correct. The problem with 7 and 8 is sometimes you get lucky and they're inverses of each other. Other times you don't. And when you don't, it kind of can be rough if they're both kind of block-shaped.
Yep, that's right. All hands on deck. And we've seen level 8s be quadruple segmented before. So yeah, they can get really, really nasty in shapes. So we're going to find the large secret. Hello, that is approved 115 rupees. Nice money here in this seed.
That certainly will put the bomb upgrade in contention, as RandomEffekt is going everywhere in this level 6 but to where the Triforce is.
Yikes, and every minute that RandomEffekt's spending here trying to find this Triforce in level 6, it's going to widen that lead a little bit on Cytown. Still early on, of course, but another thing that could come into play, this is one of those heavy combat seeds. I know we haven't seen the Dark Nets yet. Looks like they're going to be in the dungeons. Blue Ring could potentially also come into play. Maybe not for RandomEffekt, given his caliber of play, but maybe Cytown might consider it. But yeah, that bomb upgrade definitely looks more tempting now.
Now, there is another difference developing between the two runners. Cytown has his candle. RandomEffekt does not have that candle yet.
And we had level 4 behind the level 8 burn bush. We're about to find out what the ladder item on the coast is, but Cytown down to 1 heart. The item is jewelry. Oh, that's nice, but Cytown going to have to be careful. If he gets hit by those Gibdos, he goes back to start because they do 2 hearts of damage. Oh, and he's not going to take any chances. I like this strategy here.
You know, I feel like if you're RandomEffekt, given that you haven't seen the candle shop yet, you know you don't have enough money to buy the candle right now, no matter what. I almost wonder if you don't just go for the world map at this point. And just
is in the Triforce room. Sorry to interrupt you there, Elso. He did find the Triforce, so he's now on the board.
So at 1 Triforce each, Cytown is going to go into this level 4. We'll see what RandomEffekt decides to do here, if he's going to try to make his way up Death Mountain and see if he can't buy that candle. I believe if he was to pick up a medium secret, he would have just enough money to make that candle purchase.
Not quite.
Wait.
The blue candle costs 71 rupees. He would need a little more than just a medium secret to get into candle money territory.
Okay, I was not doing math well in my head. Doing math live on stream is a bad idea, folks. Don't do it.
So Cytown in level 4, and I was going to say, if that's the 3rd mugger room, I swear.
It could have been.
With that layout, absolutely. So we're looking for an item in the staircase, item on the floor, and we'll see how this level 4 plays out. And
this is the part where I gently mentioned the key difference is now 8 to 5, and level 4 looks to be pretty key heavy.
absolutely, we find the cheap bait, quote unquote cheap. It's been marked up quite a bit to 76 rupees. That's a 40. No, it's not a 40% markup, but it's quite a bit of a markup, that's for sure. It's about 27%.
And let's watch the expensive meat be like 81 rupees.
True, because it's normally 100, can go down to 80 as we find level 2 on RandomEffekt's side.
This dungeon is a great dungeon to find unless it's full of terrible enemies, because all your items are on the floor and it's pretty small.
Thankfully, RandomEffekt did pick up the red ring on the coast, and those land moles that would do 2 hearts of damage normally will only do half a heart of damage, and now a 4-headed Gliok, but with the white sword, shouldn't be too much of a problem for RandomEffekt. 5 hits for the first head, 3 hits for all subsequent heads.
Cytown has found the compass, and the item in level 4, it is just a heart container in the stair. He's going to skip it.
Yeah, you know, I kind of can't fault him at this point, but I might have taken it. But look at this, silver arrows for Cytown that are ladder blocked.
So, that's good news for Cytown. if he gets the bow soon. However, those silver arrows are not going to be useful to him until he gets that bow, and because they were directly on the way to the Triforce in level 4, the lead that he
Speaking of Triforce to level 4!
Yep. But given that they were right on the path to the Triforce, the only real tangible lead they will give is once Cytown gets his bow, in which case he'll be able to just rip through Bull's voice like it's nothing.
I'm going to tell you why Cytown decided to skip that heart. He's going to go after the heart at Monocle Rock instead. It'll get him up to 6 hearts, of course. He might find one here in level 2, which is where he's about to head right now, where RandomEffekt is. So both runners now in the same dungeon.
Well, RandomEffekt did just pick up a heart on the ground in level 2. He is now up to 5.
If Cytown finds that, that'll guarantee him the white sword. And that's the only reason why I might have picked up that heart container at level 4. But he's got this routed down. He knows exactly what his game plan is going to be before he heads for that white sword item.
And I think it's double heart in 2.
Well, so level 2 being a little bit of a bust for going to prove to be both runners. But now RandomEffekt guaranteed the white sword item as is Cytown as he found his first heart container.
Question is, will Cytown continue to go deeper? Given that he is a little bit shorter on keys than RandomEffekt, he might opt to do this top part of 2.
Well, RandomEffekt does get his Triforce out of level 2, so that's going to be his second Triforce piece as we are neck and neck. Cytown picking up his map.
You know, RandomEffekt might want to see a red candle soon.
Yeah, he still doesn't have enough cash to purchase a candle, and you can't get the big secret, 2 of the big secrets, I should say, without a candle. So he might opt for the secret in Northeast Hyrule, but he's going to pick up a medium secret here for 32 rupees. So now if he does find another candle shop, he will be able to make that purchase. Again, the price was 71 rupees.
And he probably knows exactly which shop is the candle shop based on what shops he has seen. He's going to pick up the red potion here.
That's a great play for RandomEffekt. He knows he already has enough hearts to pick up the white sword item. He knows his caliber of play. He's got the red ring. He's got the white sword. Take the potion now because you never know what's going to happen in level 9. As Cytown gets his Triforce out of level 2, that's going to be his third Triforce piece. Let's see if he decides to go back in here or if he decides to hit the Gamble-Matic 9000. If he does gamble, we know it's the right call. No, but he is going to go back. Can't fault him with how small level 2 is.
Yeah, level 2 is not generally a dungeon you want to hit the Gamble-Matic 9000 on. Same with level 1, which RandomEffekt is now in.
Yeah, that's a great dungeon to find here. It was in vanilla level 5 spot. 3 items here. 2 are going to be on the ground, 1 behind a staircase, and Linkle guards the compass. One of my favorite community hints.
So the question is going to be, if the bow is here in level 1, how will that change RandomEffekt's decision making in terms of, does he just go immediately buy a candle as we find a heart on the ground and he just gambles the items in 7 and 8, or does he dig 7 and 8 looking for a red candle thinking silvers could be in there too?
That's a good question there. We'll see what happens. But yeah, a lot of hearts already out of the shuffle. There are 9 heart containers that are in the shuffle. We've already seen, I want to say 5.
The 1 and 6, 2 and 4, and 1 in level 1, so that would be 4 of the 9 hearts.
And enough to buy the bomb upgrade. We found the other one. It was in level 2. RandomEffekt didn't have enough, but unfortunately, it only garners 2 extra bombs. Go figure. Well, it's your kind of seed, Elsoa.
Alright, so no bomb balls in level 9 until the 1 magic bomb ball you have to go through? Sure, let's do it. 2 hearts in level 1.
Another heart container. That's, I believe, 6 hearts. There were 2 and 2, 2 and 1, 1 and 4, 1 and 6. That's 6 hearts, and there's only 3 left.
You know, I almost half wonder if the other hearts decide to show themselves.
Come on, triple hearts. Let's go, triple hearts.
Yep, there it is. Man, triple heart in 1, double heart in 2. I'm starting to think it's going to be level 7 is going to have, like, Raft Bow or Raft Recorder at this point.
And we find our map. That's one of the tiniest level 1s you will see. 3, 6, 10, 13. That is actually, I think that's the smallest level 1 can be in shapes is 13. I don't think I've ever seen a 12. Even though in, I believe it's level 3? Yeah, level 3, I believe, only has 11 rooms in second quest.
Let's see. So, yeah, that is correct. It is 11 rooms for level 3 second quest. Smallest dungeon. Not the smallest dungeon ever created in terms of what's it called? Concept. But definitely the smallest dungeon that's ever been like played through.
Right, absolutely. So, yep, that's about as small. Like I said, I don't think I've seen a 12-room level 1 in shapes, but in any event, RandomEffekt now just looking for the Triforce. Cytown's going to screen scroll his way. He's also heading for level 1, but he's got to be careful. Down to 1 heart. He makes the screen scroll, no problem. Just needs to get through the door. He's there. RandomEffekt gets his Triforce out of level 1. That's going to be his 3rd Triforce piece. So right now, at the moment, I still say Cytown has a slight lead, but again, it is early. Still anybody's game at this point.
The main difference between Cytown and RandomEffekt at this point is that level 4.
True. But we're about to find out what our white sword item is. The odds that it's going to be a heart container are quite low. We've only got 2 hearts left in the shuffle. That's right, just 2 hearts left. What is it going to be? The bow!
Ooh. That's actually worse for RandomEffekt than he thinks it is.
Yes. And Cytown gets his heart container now up to 8. Yeah, that is huge. If Cytown's next play is to go to the waterfall, he will have the bow and the silver arrows, and those Pole's voices will go down lickety-split. So, yeah, right now, Cytown has made all the correct decisions up to this point, but again, still early.
And the thing is, Cytown knows he's going to have all of his items before he goes into level 9. He knows he's going to be able to just go straight for Ganon and Zelda in there. RandomEffekt may do some extra digging after he gets his recorder and raft as he finds level 3, looking for those silver arrows in something like a 7 or an 8 if he does not do 4 early.
I got a hunch that that could potentially be Cytown's next plays. He finds his 2nd heart container here in level 1. He's about to find the 3rd one once he clears these rooms. Bad news, the orange Lionel's rolled up to at least 5 or 6 HP. Not sure about the blue variety. I think they rolled either neutral or -1 because they went down in 3 white sword. At Cytown, going to find that heart container. He's going to leave it behind, I would imagine. Yes, sir. So this is a segmented level 3 that we're in right now.
You know, it seems like, in general, in shapes, if even so much as one dungeon is segmented, generally another one will follow along with it. So I'm not too surprised to see that there's 2 segmented dungeons.
Yeah, I'm not either. Zelda Randomizer can be awfully ruthless to these runners, and now we've got blue Dark Nuts, and this is not looking very pretty. RandomEffekt doesn't like what he sees in that room, so he's going to go back.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that so far, the main difference in the seed was Cytown getting that early bomb before level 7.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Getting those bombs and going for the medium secret early on gave him the cash to get. And we find the wooden boomerang, Lord Banana, as our staircase item in level 3, and RandomEffekt can't be pleased about that.
Not when he's looking for raft, silvers, recorder, maybe a red candle if he is concerned about money at any point, or buying that blue. There's so much out there that's good that's left that the boomerang is probably one of the worst items he could have found, alongside the book and the other boomerang.
Right you are. And Cytown about to head to the waterfall, the white sword item. He's going to get his bow. He's got the bow and arrow. So right now, he is just transportation away from being Triforce and Go mode.
And if there's transportation here in this level 3 on the floor, I feel like with the silver arrows in hand, you're a little bit more willing to gamble on some of the floor drops in the larger dungeons.
This is where not having the...
Go ahead.
This is where not having the bow and arrows is coming into play for Random. Like, he's having to sword down these pulls lists, and I think they rolled up to either 11 or 12.
I mean, right now, the biggest thing that is going to help RandomEffekt if it happens, there's a 5-key discrepancy between him and Cytown at the moment. If levels 8, 7, and 9 all decide to be very key-heavy, those couple of extra keys could come into play into RandomEffekt's favor, and the book is the item on the floor in level 3. It's a bust.
Oh, and RandomEffekt inadvertently picked it up. I don't think he meant to pick up that book, but RandomEffekt now has the book in possession, and boy, talk about a camouflage trap there. I mean, the twigs and the leaves were right there, and unfortunately RandomEffekt fell right into it.
Yeah, that probably isn't what he was hoping to happen. Oh, this is ugly.
You have to clear this room. It's 8 blue dart nuts. Well, you were close on the 8 blue wizards, but it's going to be 8 blue dart nuts instead.
Look, it's 8 blue darkness in a shoot room. I'm okay.
Yeah, at least you're protected from the swords. You're not going to be taking half a heart of damage every time you get hit. But of course, the thing that could troll is if they decide not to come to you. But I want to say they rolled down to maybe 6 HP, but I'll have to get a better look at that. As Cytown's still here in level 3 trying to find that second item, but he's got to be careful. We'll see if he falls into that same trap that RandomEffekt fell for.
And RandomEffekt technically does have the option of Wand Fire to get into level 4.
Well, that's true, because remember, he still hasn't purchased the candle. If he finds the wand before he purchases the candle, as RandomEffekt gets his Triforce out of level 3, that's number 4 for him.
So there's still the 1 Triforce difference, really stemming from just that early bomb, making the routing a little more efficient. I think here RandomEffekt is going to go to the shop. Nope, he might just be going to level 3.
Yeah, and Cytown now getting close to that rupee room that has the book. Let's see if he's able to spot it in these rupees. It's like playing Where's Waldo, except for instead of a red and white suited guy, we're looking for a piece of literature.
RandomEffekt hasn't seen the rare shop yet. He doesn't know his candle shop is up on...
Oh, and he picks it up too! So both runners have the book. That's a rarity, folks.
This seat is blessed.
Oh, and Cytown sees the bad news that if he wants that Triforce, he is going to have to do the workaround and burn one of his keys.
And RandomEffekt immediately going to go for the candle. This could close the gap a little bit between the two of them. As if Random decides to go check out the Vanilla 8 spot next, sees that level 4 and gets his silvers. Yes, there will still be about a 1 dungeon difference between the two of them, but it will certainly make the gap a lot closer than it would have been otherwise.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the longer it would have taken RandomEffekt to have that candle in possession, I mean, he could have really built a lead for Cytown at that point. But yeah, it's still close. But again, I still think Cytown has the slight advantage at this point. But again, early because we don't know where transportation is.
This is also assuming level 9 isn't just terrible for one runner and free for the other.
And by the way, I can confirm, Alsoa, they did roll to 6 HP. That's nice. Only 3 white sword hits needed as Cytown gets his Triforce out of level 3. That's his 5th.
You know, I'm not sure if the HUD clip here is the best decision given that HUD robes exist.
Right. But he's doing it anyways, and he does it with style. Looks like Cytown is going to make the play to level 7. If both items, the raft and the recorder, are here in level 7, Cytown is in Triforce and Go mode. It's still a statistical improbability to be sure, but if they're both in here, he's set.
Also of particular note, based on what we've seen, one of the two has to be in level 7 because we're still missing levels 5 and 8, and those are our block dungeons.
Right, so at least one of them has to be in here. We know that for a fact. RandomEffekt will get his silver arrows here in level 4.
And always bear in mind that just because there is an early lead, it is never a... what's the word I'm looking for?
No, it's not a runaway right now. Not at all.
No, definitely not. I think what I was going for is an early lead is never necessarily safe, just because there are so many variables.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we always talk about level 9 being the great equalizer, but that is true. There are other levels, other things that could come into play, like resource management, incorrect routing, making the wrong gambles. There's a lot of different factors that could determine the fate of both of these runners.
The key counts could even do it, with RandomEffekt being at a whopping 12 to Cytown's 9, depending on how the rest of the seed plays out on keys. It could be a factor, it probably won't be a factor with this many keys out on the board. RandomEffekt now has his silver arrows, he's probably a little bit miffed that it took him that long to get them. And he's going to be on level 7 at the same time. RandomEffekt did do a slight bit more exploration, so the runners may actually be just about even.
You're absolutely right here. It's going to... level 7 could be the determining factor. I mean, it could come down to the Saver Special here, level 7.
To answer the question in chat, yes, the magic key can be in level 9. Can also be buried behind items. Like, if we have the raft leads to recorder chain reaction, it could be buried in that recorder block dungeon when you're already just looking for Triforces and the runners don't pick it up.
This is a nasty room. Cytown down to his last heart. These guys are supposed to be in the health dropping group, and they're not dropping anything. He's doing a good job, and they're still not dropping anything. Go figure. This is just like when I play Zelda, and they're still not dropping anything for Cytown. I swear, whenever you need a heart, when you're on low health, there's the any key, speaking of which.
Well, I guess we're not looking for that in level 9 now. The keys no longer matter. The bombs might matter.
Right, that is crazy. And there's the map for level 7. Yeah, you got to pick it up to find out where you can and cannot go. So there is our map, and let's take a look here. That's not, let's see, 22 rooms. Yeah, that's definitely a small level 7.
8 is going to be large, it's going to be split, and it's probably going to be also full of dark nuts.
Check that, 21 rooms, level 7. So yeah, that's definitely on the small side. So yeah, level 8 could be 40 rooms. You're right.
RandomEffekt finds an old man that requests a challenger.
This could potentially be our staircase item. This has to be either the raft or the recorder by process of elimination here. Unless, of course, it's a red herring, which also wouldn't surprise me in this game. Down to a heart and a half, though, and it does push. This is going to be our staircase item. What will it be? It is going to be the recorder.
RandomEffekt looks to be setting up some sort of count here. Probably to try to force a bomb on these blue dark nuts coming.
Yeah, just like if you were playing vanilla level 5, you get to that Olive Garden, the room of requirement. You're trying to build up a count so that if you can bomb some dark nuts successfully without getting hit, build up that 10 count, you'll force that 4-pack of bombs. Now Cytown knows where this Triforce is. Down to a heart and a half. Is it free or do we have to earn it? You're going to have to earn it, but it's just keys.
Is that really earning it?
Depends on how much health you have left, and it depends if they are beefy or not. But in any event, Cytown gets his 6th Triforce on the board. Next stop, Recorder Lake.
Also importantly, RandomEffekt does get his forced bomb.
Very nicely done. Not a very easy room to do it in. Very, very confined space here. Easy to get hit.
And easy for the dark nuts to turn into the bomb where they wouldn't be affected by it.
Correct.
That's an any key. RandomEffekt will opt to pick it up even with the 13 keys, because you never know if that 14th key of 9 will be a thing.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen level 9 be key star with like 25 locked doors and only like 3 keys on the ground. I mean, level 9 can zap away your keys quick spell.
Now, because we did not see both items in...
Look at that! Early raft for Cytown behind the manhandler. Wow. He's in Triforce and Go mode.
And now the in-dungeon routing becomes extremely important.
Absolutely. This is where routing comes into play, just like I had predicted here, El. So if Cytown is able to crack the code before RandomEffekt does, he'll be the first one in the level 9, and he could be well on his way to the championship race. So RandomEffekt is going to have to start turning on the afterburners if he wants to get back in this.
Also of note, bomb counts 8 versus 1.
Oof.
However, RandomEffekt still has the option to go back to level 6 and buy that bomb upgrade. He may want to consider doing that before level 9.
Cytown can't do that now because he has the arrow fodder, but again, he has 10 bombs max. RandomEffekt can go to 10 bombs max if he decides to make that play. More polls voices, more keys.
RandomEffekt gets a lucky bomb drop off of the last Dark Nut in the recorder room.
Well, those are the kind of breaks that can make or break you here in these very tight matches here. RandomEffekt gets his recorder, knows where the Triforce is. It's going to come down to who can find these Triforce pieces first, because RandomEffekt is not going to be far away from being in Triforce and Go mode himself.
You know, I have to wonder. One thing that I'd like to see in level 9 is there's a walkable path to Zelda, or you can get to Zelda by magic staircase, and one of the runners checks the staircase, the other doesn't.
Now, Cytown is going to use the recorder to take down the Dig Dogger because, again, this is a potential drop room. It's the map. And let's take a look at how big this is. Yikes.
Not actually segmented. I'm kind of surprised.
Me too.
Ganon, the other white meat.
36 rooms. That's definitely on the larger end of a level 8 because it can be as low as 27. And I think I've seen 41 room levels. Look at that!
Wonderful compass to get.
Now,
Does RandomEffekt go down here? No, he does not.
Ooh, he goes up first, and Cytown is just going to go ahead, clear the room, take one segment down. The Triforce will spawn. That is going to be number 7 for Cytown. Next stop, Vanilla level 4 and level 5.
That could be the breakaway for Cytown to take the victory here.
Who knows? Again, it depends on how long it takes RandomEffekt to go back to start and go south instead. I mean, if he continues to explore like this, yeah, Cytown's lead is going to widen, and he's going to need the Great Equalizer to strike for him to have any chance. But again, level 5 we still have, and level 5 can throw some curveballs at these runners as well, so we'll see what happens.
The other thing to note is that if RandomEffekt clears this entire top portion, assuming he doesn't take that transport, he's going to have to go through the raft room to get down to the bottom to look for his items, and he knows the raft has to be in here.
Correct, by process of elimination. Otherwise, Fred would be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Look at that! Speaking of big trouble, it could be RandomEffekt who's in big trouble. An instant Triforce in level 5 for Cytown. Next stop, level 9. Unbelievable.
It's going to come down to, will Cytown have the scenic tour of level 9 versus RandomEffekt making his way to that room south of start to get that raft?
Wow, these turn of events here, folks, unbelievable. Just finding the correct paths here. Yeah, it will be a fast Triforce in level 5 for RandomEffekt as well when he gets there. But right now, it is Cytown currently in the catbird seat and is just a roar and a door away from punching his ticket to the Grand Championship. Elsoa, tell me exactly what we mean by a roar and a door.
Well, Ganon's walls are bomb-proof, usually, but not soundproof. So you can hear Ganon from one room away, or one room adjacent to his location. The door we are looking for is a single shutter door like this, except we came through it. But that single shutter door will not open when all the enemies in the room are cleared. If Ganon has not been killed, that will be the location of Zelda. Conversely, if Ganon has been killed and a single shutter door has its door open immediately...
Oh my goodness! He has found the location of Zelda, cleared all the Stalfos. That door did not open. Just needs to find the pig, and Cytown could be on his way to the finals.
This could be over before RandomEffekt even gets out of level 8 if Ganon is quick in 9.
Wow. This is absolutely crazy, folks. Here, and we find the map here, and boy, that shape of level 9, folks. Good golly.
Okay, I want Ganon to be in that top right corner.
Ooh, that would be the ultimate troll if he's in that upper right corner. And it's like triple magical staircase required. That's about what RandomEffekt is going to need for him to make this comeback possible.
That's assuming he decides to go south and not take the transport to look for the other items in level 8.
Yep, it's a 56-room, level 9. Level 9 being the great equalizer, of course, but resource management shouldn't be too much a problem. And we do have fires. I don't know if they go down in silver arrows. They definitely don't go down with a white sword hit. No -2 this time.
You know, I have a question.
What's that?
How is it that the turn of events in this seed that caused it to go this way, it was literally a turn?
Exactly. It was one turn. RandomEffekt made the turn to San Jose. Cytown made the right turn to Albuquerque. And that one decision right there, Elsoa, could spell finals for Cytown.
Now here's the other side of the coin. If RandomEffekt feels like he's behind, he might be more willing to go into stairs in level 9, which could give him a different path.
True. RandomEffekt gets his Triforce, but he has to go back to get the raft. All he's got to do is go south, and now a T-room that's guarded by a Troll Handler here. Yikes. Gross room to fight Troll Handler, and gets a fairy drop. Nice.
You know, that's kind of rare to see sometimes on Manhandler.
But ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. Cytown needs 8 hits to take down the beast. Hyrule Driver will cost him 1 heart. If he can survive this fight, but he takes a driver, but there's a stun lock, and there's 4, 5, 6, 7. Down goes Ganon. We've got bacon, and provided that Cytown remembers the route to Princess Zelda's room, he is moving on to the Grand Championship.
And RandomEffekt getting the raft, but just being too little, too late to catch up to Cytown at this point.
Unbelievable. Cytown has been quite the story, folks. He was nearly eliminated by TGE, took Unos to the 3rd game, and now, get your GGs out for Cytown. He sweeps the series against RandomEffekt and will be moving on to the Grand Finals. Wow.
Official time in SRL, 42-11.
That is insane. I mean, props to Cytown. He pretty much more or less played a perfect game tonight. And
You have told us. Also, bear in mind the mental game now that Cytown has going into this, pulling a sweep against an up to this point undefeated opponent.
Unbelievable. That's why Zelda Randomizer, I'm always saying this also, it doesn't care who you are, anybody can win at any time. And if you were trying to figure out what the recorder theme was, it was Captain Picard's Air from Star Trek. Nice. That's an interesting one. I've not seen that one before. And with that, we do have our first grand finalist, Cytown, here in the commentator's booth. GG, my friend. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
Like I was sure that done was going to happen when I hit the stupid Stalfos on the way to Zelda. That's how I feel right now. But...
Wow. I'm going to tell you right now what this came down to. It came down to one thing. Level 8 and the routing. You went south, he went north, the raft was south. That was the difference maker because it was pretty much neck and neck going into level 8. You had a slight lead on RandomEffekt pretty much for most of the race. But that one decision, that one turn, gave you the match right there.
Wow, that feels pretty good. I can't believe how good the seed felt the whole time.
Yeah, you more or less played a perfect seed tonight, Cytown, and that's pretty much what it needed to take to defeat somebody like RandomEffekt, as he's just entered level 9 right now, about 6 minutes behind you. I mean, you were on the verge of elimination against TGE about a couple weeks ago, and now you find yourself in the grand finals. Can you believe it, my friend?
Not really. I was really, really hoping for like Sweet 16, Elite 8. That's really what I was hoping for. So,
well, I tell you what, you've been quite the story, Cytown. You took down an opponent who was 8-0 going into this match, had taken down the 3-time champion Crystal Saver, and now it is you going to be in the finals against either RC Drone or Thurwolf. Tell me, what are your thoughts about who you might potentially be facing in the Grand Championship?
I mean, anybody who's playing either of those guys are in trouble, so yeah, we'll give it our best again. That's no different than RandomEffekt, really. These guys are just all freaking amazing, so just hope I can keep up.
Absolutely. Also, you got some questions.
I do, but for what it's worth, the thing that really started you off on the seed was you got the bomb off the first enemy. RandomEffekt did not, and that let you get the early candle, which let you get to the early silvers. Which, what were your thoughts on the chain reaction of the recorder leading to the raft? And oh, by the way, you needed some other stuff to get to that recorder too.
Yeah, so bailing 7 early, I felt I did the right thing just because I saw too many blue dark nuts. I was like, forget about it. We'll come back here later. I got to go to vanilla 7 and 4 anyway. So.
Yep, and both of you did bail on level 7 early, so that was pretty much even. But yeah, those were two things: the early lucky bomb on the global, number 1, purchasing that candle, giving you the silver arrows much earlier than RandomEffekt, because there were a lot of polls voices mid dungeons.
Yeah, I mean, getting the oh heck, what was the bow? The white sword item?
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean that was nice. I had it for 3, 7, 8, and 6 really quickly, or 3, 7, 8, and 5, excuse me. And but I full cleared every dungeon I was going into. Like, I felt good, and I knew that when I finally did go back to 7, it had to either have recorder or raft or both. And I almost didn't even spend the time to go get that any key that was in the top right of the wheeling staircase room. And I just said, forget it, I'll get that too, and I just kind of went with it.
All right, Cytown, we'll continue in just a moment, but one more time. Here's Ganon. We need 8 hits to take down the beast. Let's see what happens for RandomEffekt.
For what it's worth, Cytown, you picked it up on 9 keys. RandomEffekt picked it up on 13.
Yeah, go figure,
Keys
right?
were never going to be an issue for the two of you, especially with
6,
2 mugger rooms on 3 hearts.
7, 8,
Yeah.
Down goes Ganon for RandomEffekt. We've got Bacon and the Triforce of Power. I'm not sure if RandomEffekt found the door to Link's room. I'm assuming he did, but maybe not. We'll see.
He did not. He routed down early in level 9 and took a transport stair, so he has not been to that portion of 9 yet.
Okay, so he's looking for Link's room, the shutter door that is going to automatically open. I mean, you had about a 4-minute level 9 Cytown. I mean, that time of 42:11, that's, I want to say, top 5, top 10 for the entire tournament. That's an amazing time. That's going to win almost every time. I mean, just phenomenal job tonight.
So this race against Random, both times, like, I had a 10-room 9 in the first match, which totally hosed him over. And then this time, I did go the roundabout way to get there. I finally had to have a bomb wall tell me I'm not allowed to go any farther before I finally went back to start. But it still went pretty fast overall, and I felt like I felt like he was probably right on my heels the whole time if I wasn't leading, or if he wasn't leading at all. And so I don't know. It just 4-minute 9s are ridiculous in this stuff, so I'll take it.
No question about it. Now, this happened to both runners here, so I got to ask you about it. How about that camouflaged book in level 3?
Did he get it too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just trying to clear out the rupees so I could see what the item was, and once I stepped down, I was like, crap.
Well, luckily, you didn't find the one. The one, incidentally, was a 9.
Okay.
Look, there's a reason I typed in the chat, be blurst.
We were.
You guys
that's
definitely
a little
were.
crazy. Yeah, I think this might be the fastest time I've had, and even practicing. I think I've had a 42:30 once.
Wow. So talk about a race PB, an all-time PB. That's incredible to have it happen right here in the semifinals, game number 2 against RandomEffekt, and it happens right here to put you into the championship round. Just fantastic stuff tonight. You know, please make sure you give both Cytown and RandomEffekt a follow. 2 of the best in the business in the tournament. They were splendid throughout, and it's not over yet for Cytown, as RandomEffekt has rescued Link. Get your GGs out for him. He pulls a sub 50, a time that is going to win quite a few races, but unfortunately, not tonight. It's going to be the end of the tournament for RandomEffekt.
I just want to say, long gone are the days of Cytown gets an hour 20 on every seed.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm glad that's not the case anymore.
Official SRL time is going to come in with a 50-19, as there was a little bit of a delay between what we saw on screen and the SRL bot.
Don't tell me that SRL bot's acting up again. Come on.
No, I think there was just a delay in the typing is all.
Okay. Anyways, we do have our runner-up here, RandomEffekt, in the commentator's booth with us. GG, I'll tell you what, this was a close race throughout the entire time, but a couple of things. Beginning, bomb luck was on Cytown's side. Unfortunately, it was not on your side, and that led him to get the blue candle early to get his silver arrows in 4. And number 2, level 8 and its raft.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't spend all that much time in 8, really, but did you do 7 early then?
I did not. It was actually the last one I went to.
Yeah.
I full cleared every other one before we went back to it.
I mean, you still had to go through all that nonsense in 8 to get to the Triforce, so I didn't really... I guess I could have maybe... I would have saved a little time, I guess, but I didn't get a compass until pretty close to the Triforce, so I would have saved a few rooms, I guess.
I think it was right next to it. I think the compass was one room away from the Triforce.
So I would have gone like that. The 8 didn't slow me down. It was really, I missed like all 3 bomb chances early, I think, and maybe even another one. I just could not get any bombs. And then I knew I skipped over that spot. I had to. And in this flag set especially, giving I had a white sword and a red ring within like 15 minutes of the seed.
Yes.
And that is a huge disadvantage for me. That's the worst thing. Once I saw that, I was like, I'm probably gonna lose this. I thought like my luck has run out, and any advantage I had that I think I have right there is gone. So I think at that point I still 100%ed the seed. Yeah, up until level 7.
Yep.
I had to go back into 7 for a recorder. So what was your order?
So it was vanilla 6, so level 6. Then I went to 4. Basically, I went to 6, finished all the way through 6, went up and bought the candle up in Death Mountain, and then went down the coast, got the ladder item, went into vanilla 8, 2, 5, white sword 3, 9. And then finally came back around to have to play level 7.
Okay, so you did a more efficient route than me. The only thing, as they mentioned, is that I didn't get the candle, and so I did vanilla wise. I did
what we're left with
3, looked at level 1, 6, 2, 5, 9, and then had to go back to. Then I went to 4, and then I had to go back to 7. So like my routing was just slightly off. Yeah, I didn't feel like I was playing too badly. I had 0 deaths.
No deaths for either runner tonight. Fantastic job, both of you.
Well, when you have the red ring and the white sword, it makes it really dang
You better
easy.
not die.
Still, but Cytown, you came awfully close to taking a death in that spiral staircase room where the magical key was. You had some pretty nifty moves there using the iframes of that blue dartnet to avoid death there.
I was down to a half a heart in there. And then all of a sudden it hit me. I was like, you have the potion. What are you doing? And I didn't use it because I was already done. Like, there was only one left, and he's on the other side of the...
And then to add insult to injury, the blue dartnets, which are supposed to be in the health dropping group, weren't dropping anything.
Nothing. They weren't giving anything then when I needed it. But I did get the any key just for good measure, I guess. I had to buy 5 keys in the first race. So, yeah. Kind of.
How many keys did you have when you picked that up?
9. They told me you had 13.
13. Yeah. I almost contemplated not even grabbing it, but I was like, You know, if things are really bad here, I mean, I still have to go through 8,
Yep.
and I still have to go through 2 levels and level 9. That I know I can drain, especially when I think I'm in like go mode. I don't want to start uh, clearing rooms for keys.
Yep.
So I'll just pick, even though it's a long ass way to go around to get this get that key. I'll go ahead and do it. Um, yeah, I just had inefficient routing again, and I don't know. Did you 100% the seed before that? Like, what did you skip? What did you
Yeah.
skip? What items did you skip here?
I got every item until I got both items in 7. Then I went to 8. I only got the raft. I got the raft, and I didn't even look in a staircase after that. And I just until I found the Triforce, and
Okay.
and then I went to 5, and I went left first, so I was right in the Triforce room immediately, and got that.
Well, I mean, it was one room to the right. So like
Was there?
my 5 was
Okay.
2 rooms.
Okay.
It was, I guess, level 8. Yeah, I popped into staircases, but I never took any.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess I was maybe clearing more of the dungeon than you, if that's true. I mean, I don't think my routing was bad in there, just maybe a little unfortunate at that point because
Right.
I
That's
wasn't in good mode.
probably that's the exact word I would have thought of right there. Unfortunate, the lemony
I
snicket.
went up first.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went up first instead of going down first.
Gotcha.
What do you do? You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one
You
of
can't.
those things. It's heads or tails, and sometimes you win, and sometimes you lose. Well, I got to ask you two about this. How about the 2 levels that were made for Chester? Can levels 1 and level 2, 5 hearts, 5 items?
Oh my god. What the heck? We already had the red ring and white sword. Like,
And 6
pointless.
hearts. I had 6 hearts a minimum at
Yeah.
that point. Well, actually, in level 2, I think I picked up my 6th maybe in level 2. I can't remember, but yeah, at that point I had too many.
The game did not want you guys dying.
No.
Guess not. I bought a potion, never used it.
It
Same.
might have also wanted you to get the magical sword.
Magical sword for these two?
I mean, if the game is literally throwing hearts at them like they're candy.
Well, the problem is they already were done with level 6's location well before they had enough hearts. And I don't think either runner had even 10 hearts to try for mags, even if they wanted to.
I ended with 9 because I just kept running into them.
I can't remember. I probably had like 7 or 8 only, but I
I know
skipped
I
a
bailed
lot.
on a couple staircases
Yeah,
with it,
so
and
did I.
that was about it.
Did you have another like 7 room 9 or what's going on here?
No, I went the wrong way.
Okay.
I went left and basically cleared the entire southwest. I ended up having a bomb hole that blocked, or a non-bomb hole that blocked me. I had the map, and so I went and went back to start. Then I went right, found Ganon. I already knew where Zelda was when I went to the left, and so when I got Ganon, then it was just a quick trip over to Zelda.
All right. I'm just trying to figure out like exactly where I lost all of my time because I lost what technically I lost like 7-8 minutes to you.
Mm.
I'm just trying to figure out like
2 of those minutes were in level 9. I can tell you that.
yeah,
There was
that makes
also
some
another
sense
minute or
because
two
I
in
did a
level
little bit of a weird
6.
route. What's that?
There was also a minute or two in level 6 because you ended up mostly full clearing it, and Cytown was able to get the compass a little bit quicker.
Okay. Yeah, I figure it's just like small little things, 30 seconds in each dungeon kind of thing.
Yeah, and level 8 might have been approximately a minute. Who knows? I mean, we'd have to check the VOD for specifics, but yep, it's just little things here, little things there.
Yeah, it just sounds like you had a very, very efficient route for the most part.
I think the bomb drop at the beginning got me lucky. I mean, there's a few different things that help
Exactly. I
out there.
mean, who knows what happens if you don't get the lucky global on that first bomb? I mean, this could have turned out very differently.
I did have
Yeah.
to sword down not a lot, but a decent amount of Pole's voice. How early did you get the bow then?
I
That
had
was
it
the white
around
sword
20,
item, wasn't it?
23, 24 minutes.
Was that the white sword item?
It was, and I
Yes.
already had silver arrows, so
All right.
that was
I can't
I
remember
guarantee
where
you
I
that helped out
faced
a lot.
a couple of rooms of Pole's voice, but even with the white sword, it takes a little bit of time,
Yep.
Level
Right.
2
And
is
I
way
want to
easier.
say they rolled up. They rolled up to the Pole's
Yeah,
voice.
slightly. They took 6 hits, so they were definitely minimum No, they
11.
could have been
11 or
vanilla.
12. 11
Yeah,
or 12.
vanilla is 11, isn't it?
10.
Oh, it's only 10. Okay, yeah, slightly up. Yeah, I just it is what it is. I mean, still a sub 50. I mean, technically, I had a
Right.
sub 50
Mhm.
on my timer. It's a sub 50.
Yeah,
In
to me it's
SRL,
a
it's
sub.
not.
To me it's a sub 50. I mean, I don't care what SRL is. A sub 50 is a sub 50. Again, great time for a randomizer race like that. But again, just Cytown just had the perfect storm. That's basically about all I can say because you both played fantastically tonight. Not just tonight, but the entire tournament.
Yeah. I mean, I got fairly lucky against Saver and had kind of a perfect storm happen as well. So, um, you know, just didn't work out for me tonight or
Yep.
Monday.
Well, things like that happens. But I tell you what, Random Effect, a GG to you in this tournament, finishing in third place. Really, really good performances and taking down three-time champion Crystal Saver. I mean, not many players can claim that feat.
Hey, I took out Jam Evil and Crystal Saver, so you all
Yeah.
better be thanking me.
Having been
Those
taken
are
out by
great
Redvert,
guys,
I'll
but I
remain
think
silent.
it's what is that?
Having been taken out by Redvert, I am neutral.
Yeah,
I just
and
think I just want to
right.
like it's better to get some new
Oh, definitely.
people in the final.
I mean, between
Agreed.
those two alone, they've made 6 finals.
Good lord.
So yeah, I'm happy. I kind of wanted to go to the finals at least, but I went further in this tournament than I have in any other randomizer, and so yeah, that's good news for me. And hopefully next time I'll potentially make it further.
Well, again, GG to the both of you, and once again, Cytown, congratulations on making it to the grand finals, where either RC Drone or Thorwolf will await. So, Cytown, again, congratulations and best of luck to you and Random Effect. Congratulations on a very fantastic tournament for yourself, also.
Thanks, GG Cytown.
Thanks, guys. Good job, Random. And thanks for everybody.
And yes. Also, do you have any other questions for these two before we call it?
One small one, and this is brought up by RandomEffekt's file names. What actually is a Cytown?
No, I think I know it. I think it's a play on the song I was born in a small town. John Mellencamp.
That's a fine guess. I am from Indiana, but I am a huge Chicago sports fan, and so Chi-Town, and my initials are CY. So there we go.
Very nice.
Well, there we go.
The mystery is solved. And I'd never played online ever before the last tournament, and I didn't have a Twitch. I didn't know how to do anything at all. So I just made it up really quick before we went and started playing. So there we go.
Well, that would be the last of my questions. Now that that mystery has been solved.
Gentlemen,
All
I
right,
have
guys.
no further questions. Just once again, excellent job, both of you tonight throughout the entire tournament. You guys have been amazing. And once again, please make sure you give both Cytown and Random Effect a follow. Both tremendous Zelda randomizer runners and great streamers in their own right.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, with that, that is going to draw our first semifinals to a close. Man, I tell you what, Elsoa, we've already got one of our two finalists locked in place. We have one finals left to go, or one semifinals left to go. RC Drone, Thorwolf, one of those matches is going to be.
I mean, you're technically not wrong that there is only one finals left to go to.
True, but it's not yet. We have to get through the semifinals, of course, before we can get to the grand championship.
Speaking of the semifinals, let me pull up the schedule for that real quick. All right, so Thorwolf versus RC Drone. In game 1 of 3 will be Saturday, November 9th at 3 o'clock. That will be on Speed Gaming. We will have Dark Falls and Breach on the call. Game 2 will be Saturday at what is that, 6 o'clock p.m.? Yes. And that will be Adirondack Rick and Willard J. Bradley on the call for that. And Game 3, if necessary, is currently slated for Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m.
By the way,
Also
all those
preview.
times are Eastern Standard Times, of course. So if you're looking for some more exciting Zelda randomizer action, make sure you turn into all of those races as well.
Those are also all PMs and not AMs.
Right. Yeah, we don't want you to be waking up in the middle of the night trying to catch these races. You won't find them. Those are all Eastern times and they're all PM times. So I think with that, also, that is going to wrap things up here on Randomania. Any final thoughts before we say goodbye?
The number of sub 50s that have been seen since the quarterfinals is actually quite both impressive and staggering.
Absolutely. There's no question about it. Also, I mean, the talent that has risen throughout this entire tournament, we've seen old faces and new faces alike. Again, Cytown making it to his first grand championship, posting that 42-11. Telling you what, whoever emerges between RC Drone and Thurwolf cannot take this guy lightly. He is poised. He has a chance, folks, to become the grand champion. We'll find out in very short order. So, with that, that is going to draw our coverage of the semifinals here on Randomania to a close. On behalf of our two runners, Cytown and RandomEffekt, again, please make sure you give them a follow. On behalf of our tracker, ex-Russian Bishop, our restreamer, Lord of the Synth, and for my commentator partner, El Soa, please make sure you give all three of them a follow. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Have a great night, and we will see you Saturday night on Speed Gaming for the second of our semifinals between RC Drone and Thurwolf. We're going to host Randomania 2 coming up. We have a Final Fantasy randomizer in progress, so that should be a lot of fun. We'll see you guys next time.